Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's good to have you. In this particular episode, we're going to look at a NASCAR number 60 Chevrolet Monte Carlo, that of Geoffrey Bodine in the Winston Cup Series. Now this is a die-cast 124 scale model. It is part of the Team Caliper owners collection and includes that big box, which we'll look at in a great deal a little bit later. This I thought was one of the coolest cars I had. I absolutely loved the black with the lightning bolt going down the side of it, as this was basically a power company that he had secured sponsorship from. This is from his 2000 car, which was towards the end of his career, even though he did compete until 2012 in various series. I think he might have been the Craftsman Truck Series at that point. But anyhow, if you're not familiar with Geoffrey Bodine, he was one of the winningest NASCAR modified drivers in the world. In fact, he wasn't one of he was the winningest, with 55 wins and is recorded in the Guinness Book of World Records accordingly. He was the 1982 Winston Cup Series Rookie of the Year, and he scored his first win for Hendrick Motorsports in that year, and many believe that he and Rick Henrick were loosely the inspiration for the Days of Thunder movie, as well as his long-standing rivalry with Dale Earnhardt Sr., which involved a dinner meeting with the two drivers. Sound familiar? Bodine was honored as one of NASCAR's greatest drivers during their 50th anniversary celebration. He was an innovator and introduced full-face helmets and power steering to the Winston Cup Series. He was also the last driver to win a race and lap the entire field. Think about that, guys, for a second. The entire field in the 1994 race at Wilkesboro Motor Speedway. He holds the track record to this day for his pole-setting run of 197 miles per hour at Atlanta Motor Speedway. However, and this is where the end started coming, in the Daytona 250 Truck Series race, he was involved in a 13-vehicle accident at 190 miles per hour that left announcers thinking he had been killed. And although he would return back to racing, the accident basically spelled the end of his competitive career. Today, he builds bobsleds for the U.S. Olympic team and still does through his Bodine Bobsled Company. Now, he has won so many races in so many different series. The chart was so big, quite frankly, I just didn't feel like compiling and putting it all together, so I'm sorry I don't have that for you. But anyhow, this is a look at this 2000 car, which I just think is really splendid in this black finish. As is typical of all these owner series cars, the attention to detail is phenomenal, as you can see here. I mean, taking a look at it is just really cool. Monte Carlo, look at those beautiful silver inlaid grills. And there's a look at the interior from the front. Just picture the driver sitting in there. And here's a look from the passenger side. And like all the cars of this era, the hood, the trunk, and the roof flaps all open. And you can see the interior detail work that they did. I was checking to see if there was anything under the hood. There's not in this particular car. But look at that phenomenal engine detail. Just amazing, guys. Now, this being an owner edition car, it has the extremely detailed undercarriage that you can see here with a drive shaft that rotates and has a belt attached to it. Suspension that is functional. This is number 1,525 out of 3,120 that were made. Kind of the middle of the production run. And here's a cool look at the box. If you've seen one, you've kind of seen all of them. It's an owner series car. It has a certificate of authenticity in there. There are spare parts for the driver's side window, as well as the bolts that hold the hood down. They commonly do fall off these cars. And I've got about 10 more, maybe probably 20 more of these owner editions cars. So you'll be seeing them all shortly. Anyhow, folks, that wraps up this edition of It's All About Racing. Hope you've enjoyed this and learned a little something. See you next time.